Hello and
Hello.
good morning
Hello.
to everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, good evening, good
Good
afternoon,
afternoon. Good night.
good night. Yeah, bye. If you can hear us, yeah, say hi in the chat, please, so that we know that we are live. Today we have a special guest with us, another student of mine, Dragana Pavicic, who was a primary school teacher and now is an educational consultant. So let's start with learning a bit about her. Tell us about this journey, Dragana.
Yeah, hello everyone. And well, I was a primary school teacher, as you said, for almost 14 years. But then, like 5 years ago or so, or even more time, I started thinking about. I think every one of us comes to some sort of life crossroads when you think about what you're going to do with your life, how is everything working for you, and you start thinking, are you going to continue like this, are you going to end it, are you going to what exactly does your future look like? And for me the crossroads was to quit my job, and I did. And just for the last 5 years or less, I've been thinking about what to do exactly. Like, what exactly should I do, or to be more precise, how exactly can I help more kids and parents? Because the thing is, what I saw in the educational system, working at school, and now as a mom of a schoolboy, kids really do struggle at school, and that it's not something that we should take lightly, and that they really need that help and support more than the educational but emotional one, to get more out of their education, and as well as parents. So that was my goal or motivation to start the educational consulting. Uh, First of all, with parents, because they have the one of the most important roles in a kid's life as well as education. And then I started my individual mentoring program for kids, learning how to learn, basically to develop vital skills, vital life skills that are not unfortunately being taught at school, and kids do not develop them at school.
What are some of these skills that you mentioned?
Well, as I said, they're not they're vital skills as well as learning skills, and as I mentioned, unfortunately, not being taught at school, and starting from planning, organizing. Time management, prioritizing, focusing, decision making, and something that I really like to focus on when working with kids, developing their self esteem and belief in themselves. Because somehow, school, I don't, to say they don't really care about it, but somehow, with all the things they learn at school, the way they learn, and all the grades and testings, somehow self-esteem is left behind, and a lot of school kids really lose their self-esteem in that kind of education. And I like to work on that with kids, and especially advocating for themselves, um, simply teaching them and encouraging them to ask questions more. Because another thing that it's not being encouraged at school is definitely asking questions, and that is one of the best ways we learn actually. But kids are simply not being encouraged to do that. And also, when you don't ask questions, you have all sorts of question marks around you and in your head, and you don't know what to do, you lose that self-esteem, which is, of course, very important, not just for learning, but for everything that you do in your life.
You had quite a transition from being a school teacher, so being in the public system, without any need to be visible. And how does really encouragement did it came to you also from outside, and self-confidence in you being more visible to the public with having a job that needs to be visible to other people? Did you also need some encouragement in this way?
Oh, definitely, because working in public school, public job, such as school, and being an entrepreneur are two completely different things. Kids will come to school. They have to go to school. You don't need to advertise it. You don't need to ask them. And when it comes to entrepreneuring, that is completely different, especially then again, a different component, online business. And when you post something, even a free webinar or a program or something, you really need to be, especially today, when people have so many things on their plate, so many social media, so many material to look through and go through, you really need to be definitely more visible and to find the right channels for you, as I would like to say, but not just for the clients, but those media, those social media should really be something that it's okay with me, in order for me to explain, get my message through, what I want them to know, what I want to sell in the general. But definitely it is completely different from something that I did. And I guess, as I mentioned, I needed like 4 or 5 years to really get into it, even though I started social media and trying to be out there as soon as I quit my job, but it definitely takes time. Yeah.
Would you say it's a difference regarding job in the public service, and now that you need to also get outside and find job being online and being visible more?
Yeah, but everything is different when it comes to work, when it comes to getting clients. Everything is so much different. And it's not when you work in school, yeah, they do have websites and Facebooks and everything, but it's so much different. It's definitely different. The way you work, the way you talk, everything is different. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, thank you for trusting our channel today and chatting with us on video. I think some people who know you as somebody who speaks and writes English on LinkedIn might be a bit confused about English today. And there's a good reason for it, not just because I'm an English teacher and this is seen and heard in English, but you also help expat families that might not be that. That might not speak English or be knowledgeable about the Croatian system. So could you tell us a bit about this, about your second target audience in Croatia?
Yeah, when it comes to LinkedIn, I do write only in Croatian and talk to locals. But then again, I have a Facebook group for expat parents, school support for expat parents, where I write and talk in English. And when 6 years ago, I started teaching expat kids Croatian. And it was like something really new. I was still working in public school, and it just came as an idea. Maybe that was definitely a start of something new, me becoming an entrepreneur. And the next logical thing for me was to work with parents, expat parents, because, as I said, they are the most important part in a kid's life and their education. So, and as I started even socializing with expats, I have a few friends and everything, and just started talking with them. What do you think about Croatian school? They even started talking about it, and I can see that they really need help with it. Uh, just starting from basic information about Croatian school, how does it function? What do you need to enroll your child? What are their rights in Croatian school, and so on. So I really decided to help them, and especially, of course, always the focus for me is on the children, and knowing that foreign kids are at our school, and as well as local kids, their skills are not being developed, and as well as not knowing the language, that is a really big issue. So I definitely started doing that through the expat group, the school support for expat parents, and the newsletter, and all the other things that I do.
How can people subscribe to your newsletter? Where can they find you?
Oh yeah, as well as the newsletter. Well, even though I write in Croatian on LinkedIn, of course, there are on my profile all of my contacts, and of course, contact me privately in a message. And of course, as I mentioned, on Facebook in a school support group for expat parents.
And you do teach mostly at the moment, online or offline?
For now, online, and
Okay.
it's an individual program. But also in February, I'm starting a group program live in person in Split, a program for expat preschoolers, so kids, and how to help them prepare for Croatian school and school in general.
Okay,
But
great.
mostly online, yeah.
So until now, you had much experience with online teaching, also with kids, but with their parents. How do you see the differences between kids and parents? Because kids are basically born with those online phones in their hands, so they seem to be more adjusted to it. Do you see the difference? How grown-ups react to teaching online, and kids, is it different?
Well, yeah, there's a difference, but I think more and more we all know about the benefits of online learning. Basically, time saver, not going somewhere, not trying to find parking or whatever where you need to go, just saving time. And I guess it is so much easier. But as you said, it's so natural to kids, and they respond so beautiful to it. They love it, and that is something we should definitely use to encourage them to learn more. So definitely. And when it comes to parents, it is also okay for them. Usually, more or less, they all have Zooms now, and we can communicate like that. And I guess it is also easier for them, because when I have, for example, my 30 minutes individual counseling, which is free, it's not really economical or anything else to go somewhere. And especially if they're not in Split, where I live, and they're all over Croatia, even from Bosnia and other places, from Zagreb. And so that's why it is great to have online way of working.
Yeah, it's quite a difference, and like you said, there is no need to go somewhere to park or. With kids, it's much more safer. They don't need to cross the street, have something when they go to school, some security issues, let's say it this way. But there are some issues definitely online. How do you make them safe with online learning? Because kids are kids and they don't see any security issues anywhere. They need to learn.
Yeah, definitely. Um, Well, those there is somewhere where where the parents are my allies, and we do discuss about that. And usually, parents tell me, some of them, of course. One of the girl that I have now, oh, she only uses the computer and the internet for education, so this will be okay, and so on. But the my main focus is yeah, okay, we have the technology, we need to use it. I'm not a great supporter of using overusing it, of course, especially for kids, but it's something that we really need to use, and it is definitely our way of life. But in order to teach kids better how to be in online world, we all need to be in there, parents, teachers, everybody, and to give them that help and support and definitely understanding, which they really need.
Now that you're mentioning everybody involved in education, parents, teachers, and the children, I know that you talk a lot about how parents sometimes misunderstand what their children's struggles are. Could you tell us a bit about these myths that they have about why their kids are not doing well in school?
Yeah, but not just the parents, unfortunately, also the teachers, the professionals who work with kids, sometimes associate kids with misconceptions, as you said. And usually, what I do here with in informal and in informal conversations with parents is that they usually think and say, "Oh, he's so lazy. She's not motivated. She's not trying to well. He's so smart, but he simply doesn't want to do it." And that more than 90% is not true. There are two reasons, main reasons for that, is that because kids' needs are not being met. They're going to school somewhere where they don't want to go there, of course, usually, and they keep procrastinating. They don't want to do it because they're not being met. They don't have the freedom to say, to do the way they want to do it. They don't know how to learn. That's the second reason. They don't have the skills. Everybody is telling them, oh, you should learn that. Go to your room and study. But what does it really mean? They don't know how to study. They don't know how to open the book, how to start doing it. And these are all skills that I need to be taught and shown to kids. Because we take them as for granted. We did it all that, it's all automated for us, and we just don't think about it. And it's not like that for kids. I mean, like any other skill, you need to develop them in order to become automated. But basically, your needs need to be met, and you need to develop your skills in order to learn and to study in any case, definitely for kids.
And do the parents see the progress when they might experience how they have learned, even if they, in their minds, oh, they're not learning, they're lazy?
Of course they do. And not just the skills that I mentioned, planning, organizing, but also being more independent and more responsible. That is also the main reasons why I'm doing the course, the program, and why what I'm teaching and developing skills with kids. And this is what they see. This is what it's important. But you don't get to be independent. Your needs are not being met when when the grown-ups are saying to the kids, you must learn, you have to learn. You cannot do something else, you need to do this first. Just stay in your room. I don't care. You can stay all afternoon, all day until you learn that. Don't come out, and so on. This is not the way they are going to learn. This is not the right way, and they really need, as I mentioned, needs and develop those skills in order to learn.
Yes, and basically we all learn in a bit of different ways. So you cannot say what works for you works for other person. Do you have some specific success story with this to share with us, perhaps?
Of course. I've been doing for kids for almost a year now, and there are a lot of them, of course. But particularly, what comes to mind is a girl with, as her mom mentioned, test anxiety, and actually, she's only 8.5. She was when we were in a program, and and she was really concerned about that. And I didn't know really about it. Then I started searching and doing a lot of research about it. And when it comes to my program, and it's really great because I can adjust to every child. That is very important for me, just to meet their needs, their interests, and as well as this girl, she had that test anxiety. And in that situation, you don't really talk about planning and organizing and stuff like that, not as in the first as focus to it, but just to try to tell her and show her how much worthy she is because she is, and how much beautiful she is. I'm talking about the self-esteem and everything, the things that they really need, and really focus on that, and just doing stuff that they really love, and showing them through that how much they are beautiful, how much can they do, and not telling them specifically, of course, you don't need to be afraid of anything, you will do your test on time, not that, just focusing on them, how beautiful and worthy they are.
So they definitely need to be encouraged, and then they'll flourish.
Oh yeah, definitely. And basically, as I mentioned, when you say to a child, oh, you're lazy, you don't want to do this, you don't try hard enough, you're neglecting the first need that they have is understanding. I always tell to my students, and something that I'm really proud of is that I'm really honest with them, and I tell them everything, and that's where I really focus on, and I think they really feel that. And in the beginning, when we start the program, I usually ask them, what do you want? I think sometimes it really happens to you that, does it happen to you that you don't like school, you're procrastinating, you don't want to do this? And they're like, yeah, yeah. And they start talking, I don't like school, I don't like doing homework. And then I tell them, but it's completely fine, I totally understand you. And they were they're like, so, wow, she's a teacher and she's saying that to me, how come, why is that? And then you see the beautiful smile. I mean, it's fine. You just need to see them. Yes, it's okay. And believe it or not, even to your parents and me happens that. We all have days like that. I mean, I love my job. I can talk about school and learning for days. But of course, there are always days when you just don't feel like doing it. And we, as an adults, we have the right to do that. For example, this morning, I didn't get up at 6 because I felt, I didn't want to get up, and I just stay in bed until 7. But
You
kids
weren't
don't have
excited
the
for
right
this
to do
event?
that.
Come
No,
on.
no, I usually get up at 6.
You should have woke up at 5.
At 5, yeah. But kids don't have the right to do that, especially when it comes to school. But they do have the right. And when you give them that freedom, and freedom is one of the basic needs that all humans have, it's completely different. So much different. When you give them that understanding, when you see them and hear them for who they are, they do everything then. Whatever I ask them to do, they just do it. That's basically it.
Would you
That's
say
why,
you make them feel seen and heard?
exactly, that's it. That's why you don't need a special motivation techniques to motivate kids. You just give them that understanding that they need. That's it. They will collaborate. They will do whatever you say. That's basically it.
That's amazing. I think that a lot of people in the chat can relate to that. So if you can show us some love that we feel seen and heard as well here today, please feel free to do so. Throw in a comment or a question just so we know that we are out there. Now, there's one question that I wanted to ask you related to our work together. You learned English with me in a group, and I really love group settings. There's a magic that happens there. So I wanted to ask you about your success with students in individual settings versus group settings. What's the difference? What do you like about one, and what do you like about the other?
I love doing individual work, definitely. And when it comes to younger kids, I think that is definitely better. And individual work in generally with kids is always better because I can really be there for them, really meet those needs, really adjust the program according to their needs and interests, and especially when it comes to younger kids. Because in a group setting, especially online, it's a bit difficult to keep their concentration, attention to everything. So it's always I do encourage this individual work, but group work is definitely one of the best techniques to study, especially for teenagers and adults. That's why I really enjoyed your program with all the other girls that we talk, and it's definitely one of the best ways to learn, especially for teenagers and older kids, as I said. And but if you really want them to study in the right way, because of course teenagers would like to have fun more and not really focus on school, but to really lead them into it and show them how and what to do, that is definitely better.
And I think your work, because you work with expats, also includes learning a language. How does the group setting help with that?
Absolutely. It's of course when you're learning the language, the people in the group are focused on the same thing. So that's basically so they can help each other, work together to study more and to learn more, definitely. And as I mentioned, group are definitely better when it comes to studying. Absolutely. And language learning.
Is it the same for everyone? Are there people who like more to get individual when studying, or it's generally groups are better?
It depends on the learner, of course. Some of them like learning individually, some in group. Some of them like to learn online, some of them like to learn in person. So it really depends on the learner. All types of learners.
Would you say that there is a difference between local learners here in Croatia and expat?
You mean kids or adults?
Oh, okay.
Both.
Great to
Both.
know.
Kids or adults? What do you mean, kids or adults?
Both. I don't know. Is there any difference between kids or between adults?
I think there are more difference between kids. I mean, they're all they want to play more, of course, and approach them in a certain way. Adults, I don't think so. Not that many differences. If you really want to learn, you are there, you are serious, you are motivated, that's it. You will learn. There's always a trick part with the homework, of course, not just with kids, but adults as well. But of course, we always do it when we're together and do it. But that's the responsibility that I'm talking about. They were probably not taught at school. The responsibility.
Okay, I can completely relate with avoiding homework. So yeah,
Yeah.
as a kid or as an adult, so it stays the same, I must say.
Yeah.
And how is it with you with learning this part being more visible online or offline for your work? From what I know, with Adita, you had a couple of weeks ago an audio event, and today it's video live event. How do you adjust to these new things that you need to learn?
Well, when I started like 5 years ago, I didn't know anything about social media or entrepreneuring and things like that, going out of the public school, of course. And then I wanted to learn. I started educating myself more. And a lot of people said, you need to do this, you need to do that. So I started probably any social media known to man, from Facebook profile group, then came Instagram, YouTube, along came LinkedIn, and together with the blog, with the newsletter, it was really exhausting, overwhelming, and everything. And in all of that, just doing videos, of course, posts. I don't have any problem with it. I know that a lot of women, especially entrepreneur entrepreneurs always have trouble with making videos. They're shy. They don't know how to do it. I gotta say, I don't have a problem with that. And since I have a group on Facebook, I do lives every week, just trying to connect more with the group members, with the expat community, of course, just for them to see me in person, because it is different when you write and when they see you in person, the way you react to everything that you're saying, and that you can really, doing a video, really get the message across better. Absolutely. So for now, I'm focusing on doing lives once a week on my Facebook, and this is a great opportunity because I still haven't tried anything lives on this on LinkedIn. So maybe I should definitely plan to do it and organize everything.
There is an experiment at the moment, so you're
Yeah.
trying.
Yes.
So you said for video, you use weekly Facebook lives in group, so it's not public; it's only in group.
Yep.
Okay, so it's only for your group members, and also video calls as a consultation, but also for teachings. Is there
Yeah.
anything else that you're working with the video, like recording some videos, maybe
Yes.
some YouTube channel? Yeah, what?
Yeah. Yeah. Recording videos. I have a video post tomorrow for LinkedIn, and just post them on other platforms as well when I take a video. And as I said, I have a YouTube as well, so there are also there a couple of videos. And yeah, definitely, I think video is a great way to promote and talk about whatever you do. Definitely.
You're one of few people who say I have no problem being on camera. So
Yeah, I know.
I admire you. And what do you think? What is the difference, and why do people actually fear of it?
I don't know, maybe it's the fear of exposing themselves, fear of what will people say. I mean, look at her. What is she doing? She's just showing off or something like that. But that's the problem. We always think about what will the others say, and we should definitely focus on ourselves. For me, I know what I want to say. I know what I want them to know, and I like doing it. So basically, that's it. When
Yes.
it comes to English as well, I know, and that's what I said to my group members. I know my English is not perfect, but I don't really care. I love English. I just want to talk it more, and here I am. going to tell you everything that I know. And that's it.
Yeah, it's great, and like you said, you better not focus on what others will say, but perhaps much more on what how you can help others.
Exactly.
Which being not shy on video, being not shy with English that is not perfect. So yeah, here we are then.
Just enjoy. Just enjoy more. That's it.
I love that attitude. Did you just wake up one day and go, you know what, I'm gonna speak English and be on video? Or was it
Exactly.
a process for people who might be a bit shy in the chat, who are not even typing because they're invisible today? What would you tell them? How do they enjoy this process more?
Well, as I said, just turn towards yourself. Don't think about the others. Don't think about what they say. I know it's difficult because we are raised to think about what other people say and what other people think, but it is not important. If I think, what will they think? What will they say? Oh, they will say, why she's not ashamed? How can she do that? Why is she going public or something? That is all in your head, actually. That is what we think. People will think, and when you're being honest, when you're out there, when you say everything, you get really surprised how people react. Great. Of course, there will always be someone who doesn't like you, who doesn't want to listen to you, and that's fine. You don't really want them there, actually. So it's better if they hear you and they know they don't like you, and that's it. Just move on. There are a lot of things, there are a lot of people that want to hear about you. There are a lot of the parents who want me to teach their kids how to learn, and that's fine. And there are some that parents that don't want me to teach their kids, and that is also fine. Just find someone that you really enjoy working with, that your kids like, and that's it. Just being relaxed and calm with yourself.
I love that. I read recently, I don't know whose quote it is, but somebody said, calm is a form of resistance. So being calm is a way of connecting with yourself.
Yeah, I would say
Now,
that today is a good day. I had an hour rest longer, so maybe that's that's it. But the point is, we all have bad days, and that is fine. That is completely fine. And as soon as we realize that, accept that, yeah, that's fine. I don't feel like working today, and that's it. I'm gonna take the day off because we are entrepreneurs and we can do that. That is why it's so good to be an entrepreneur.
a good reminder. Sleep well, eat well. That's what you've
And
given yourself.
exercise, move,
And exercise.
move
Yes.
better. Yeah, and that are general components for learning as well: sleeping, nutrition, and exercising. Basic needs, as well as for life and for learning.
We could use
And
a
let's not
reminder.
forget eating. That's the most
Eating,
important thing.
yes.
Sleeping and exercise is good, but eating is important, really important.
I completely relate to that. Definitely, I agree with you.
Excellent. Now, there are some shy people in the chat, but maybe people later on who will see the recording and who will want to chat with you and have a little consultation. And I know that you offer free 30-minute consultations. So, could you share what happens in those and how they can prepare for that if they want to reach out to you?
Yeah, I think it's definitely important for us to meet. That's why we need those 30 minutes. As I mentioned, I work with kids, and if you don't like me, I cannot work with your kids, of course. And that's completely normal. So we get together for 30 minutes or so, whatever, and just discuss about the family dynamics, about the family situation, about the child, about the school dynamics, whatever goes on in a kid's life. And of course, I answer all of the questions about the program and that parents do have. for their kids, how I do it, what I do it. So it's definitely important to get to know each other and with the program as well.
And watching this video might be a good first step, I guess, to get to know you, see your vibe, see how calm and confident you are, which is really important for you to be able to teach kids how to get there as well. Tell us, how do you book a consultation? The technical part. Where can people find you? Here on LinkedIn or somewhere else, or in several places?
Of course, they can always reach me, as I said, on LinkedIn by via private message. My email is there, and this is just send me a private message. That's it. Nothing really to it. There's an email. There's a private message on LinkedIn, on Facebook. Definitely, I'm there. I'm visible.
And this Facebook group you have, it's only for your already students, or is it, or somebody can also get in and learn more about it?
Of course, everyone can get in. I usually promote it in other expat groups. For example, expats in Split, expats in Zagreb, where usually expats and parents hang out. I can say like that. But of course, everyone can join. Of course, they can.
Oh,
I don't
okay, sure.
I don't just talk about Croatian school. I talk about learning, kids, studying. So they're really pretty valuable information there. Yeah.
Okay, we'll add the link to the group then in the show notes later. And for the end, what would be the most important advice you would say to others regarding at least a video? I know Edita will want to know more about English, but video is part of a presence.
Yeah. Well, as I said, just think about what you want, what you need, what is the video about? Why do you need a video actually? What is the purpose of video? But always look in towards yourself and do whatever you feel like doing. There, of course, I think there are exercises that you can practice and prepare for doing a video. Mindfulness, for example, which I'm doing with the kids as well. I like that. Maybe that's why I'm calm on a good day. But
additional hour of sleep also helps.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And especially what I'm focusing on, and those are definitely parents. My first and foremost advice to them is that reach out. You're not alone. When it comes to local parents or expat parents, you're not alone. There is a help and support. I can help you with that. As I said, I know how many kids and parents struggle with school. And that shouldn't be like that. It doesn't need to be like that. These kids that struggle with school are bright, are smart, are remarkable, but they're having trouble at school. They're struggling with school. And that is something that I cannot bring myself to accept that. I cannot accept that. It's just so wrong. They need to shine. They need to get their chance, their opportunities, develop their talents, what they need to learn. And if school is not giving it to them, just simply there is help and there is support that you can give, that you can get. And when I say you're not alone, I know a lot of our being a mom here. I know how moms especially struggle with the feeling if I ask help, that means that I'm not a good mom, that I don't know how to be mom. But it is completely wrong, and the truth is completely opposite. If you're asking for help, that's it. You're caring. You want to help your child because he or she is struggling, and it shouldn't be like that. As I said, it doesn't need to be like that. There is always help and support. And also, as I said, for expat parents, Did I mention my program for expat preschoolers? Really help expat preschoolers to prepare for Croatian school, not just intellectually, emotionally, socially, or physical, but also with the Croatian language. And I can definitely help you with that.
I love that. So if you need help with video, you can reach out to Darko. If you need with learning and your kids need help with learning, reach out to Dragana. And if you need help with English, reach out to me. Together, we are stronger and better. How do you feel about your English today? Are you happy?
Oh, even better. Yeah, maybe because it's the video, so I'm more confident.
Yeah, it's very interesting, but I think you were calmer and you performed even better today on video, which is nice. We helped you shine today. Thank you for saying yes to that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was a really great conversation.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
Darko, would you like to say some final words today?
I don't know. It's a wrap. Bye to all. See you next time. And thank you, Dragana. It was really interesting. And I hope many, especially expat parents, see it and reach out to you to help their children get better in school in our local Croatian schooling system, which we wouldn't get into. But thank you. And it was all great. And bye.
Thank you
Bye.
all.